Little Details, Big Shift. I wrote this book about 3 years ago, and it was at a time in my life that everything was falling apart. My company, we were involved in property development, and I made a wrong call, a bad business decision of buying a land property for development, and this was at the time that the recession just kicked in, and it just messed up everything. And of course, it's all because I did not pay attention to all the little details. All of a sudden, I just realized that the best way I could express myself is to write. Write things that I'm going through, lessons I'm learning out of it. It was a situation in my life that I couldn't believe that I could come out of. But interesting enough, I just realized that I kept writing. I kept writing. When I was writing, it was most of it, they were all just short articles. When things happen, I just sit down, I write it down, and I reflect on it. Initially, it wasn't my intention to write a book, but while I was going through all these articles, I realized that there will be probably somebody out there somewhere that could benefit from my experience, things that I've gone through. I've always wanted to write, but I never knew that this is how it's going to come out. But it's a wonderful experience. The process was very difficult, but eventually it's an experience that I want to do all over again. This book anyone could identify to it. Anyone could identify with it. Whether you're young or you're old, or you're single, you're married, you're employed, you're an employee, whoever you are, the message is so simple. Little things that you need to watch out in life that could make a huge difference in your life. And these are little things that most cases we don't necessarily pay attention to, but the reality is over the time they builds up. You know, sometimes ago I was advising a young man, and I told him that the future does not happen suddenly. The future happens daily. Those little things that we do every day, they would accumulate one day and they would cause a big shift. Looking back and thinking about it, I just realized that every season in life, there is always a harvest. If you're really interested in looking at what you're going through and see beyond the challenges, see beyond the problems. I started writing in 2009. I finished it in 2010, but throughout 2011 we're just doing a bit of editing, getting people's comments on the book, getting one of my mentors to do the forward, and yeah, I'm glad at the way everything. I just realized that before I go to sleep, I will write something, and like what I do now from the 1st of this year, I dedicate 1 hour to write. My daily blog, I write at least 1 hour in a day, sometimes 2 hours. And of course, another thing with writing is the fact that you need to be in the mood. You need to be in that. You need to be in the mood to write, because it's not something you could force. You can't force inspiration to come. But beyond that, it's something that you have to discipline yourself to do. It's not going to happen naturally. I just want to say that irrespective of any situation you are now, there is always something good out of that situation. The reality is every hand will always present a new beginning if you're interested in. It may be a hand of a relationship, the hand of a career, a hand of a business. Every ending will always present a new beginning if only you're willing and you're interested in starting all over again. So the bottom line is this: you might fall from the top, but it's difficult for you to start at the top. But there's always doors of opportunity for you to start from the bottom. So I encourage you today, if you've lost things or you're in a bad situation, look beyond that situation today, because I know that there is something good in that situation. And that's why I said there is always a harvest in every season, no matter whether it's dry season, rainy season, spring, winter, autumn, whichever season you find yourself, there's always a harvest, something good that you need to learn, something good that you need, that you would need in future in that situation.